My name is Art Morrison III, and I've closed over 50 transactions using over 8 figures of none of my own money. In today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can close real estate deals using none of your own money like everyone is saying online. So doing real estate using none of your own money is really dependent on two main pillars that we live by here at United Home Relief, and that's brand building as well as actually finding super bomb, juicy, fat deals. Most people trying to get into real estate investing often put the cart before the horse. So they're always so concerned about how can I buy a real estate deal using none of my own money? Where is the funding? How are people doing this? When in fact, they haven't mastered the first 2 steps that every real estate investor needs to master. Step 1 is actually having a real estate company, or as I like to call it, a real estate brand. The term brand is literally designed in real estate to express basically how your company is represented with the intent to build trust. If you can imagine, your brand builds trust, your marketing now reaches out to people for them to do business with you. The focus of marketing is not to get people to trust you, that's your brand's job. So a lot of people in real estate, when getting started, skip this step. They want to get to the money, they want to get to the financing, they want to get to closing a deal, but they don't have a brand, and they're wondering why it's hard for them to actually find a good deal or find funding for those deals. So before we dive in, as you can imagine, if someone is looking for funding for a deal they don't even have, getting bought by a company that doesn't even exist, you can see why there's a conflict and why it seems so far-fetched that you can actually close real estate deals using none of your own money. So by slowing down and focusing on these 2 pillars that I'm about to describe to you today, you can easily be on your way to closing your first deal using none of your own money within the next few months. So number 1, building a brand. What does that look like? Well, if you want to build a brand, you're going to need a number of things. You're going to need an LLC, aka the business in which the brand will actually represent. You need an actual entity that you're going to be conducting real estate business under. Number 2, you're going to need a logo. This logo is going to be the new face of your business. Yes, you can use a personal brand like I'm doing right now in this YouTube video, but at the end of the day, my company, United Home Relief, has been around for years, and people are growing familiar and learning to trust anytime they see the United Home Relief name or that United Home Relief logo. Number 3 and 4 is a color scheme as well as a font. When you're consistently reaching out to people with the same colors and the same font in all of your marketing collateral, flyers, social media, etc., it lets them know that you are 2 things: consistent and you pay attention to detail. Using those things I just mentioned, you're gonna want social media pages, you're gonna want a website, and like I mentioned earlier, you're gonna want marketing collateral. Marketing collateral is business cards, postcards, brochures. These are all things that people can actually take away with them so that they remember who your business is and what it does. Now, why is this important? Well, building a brand is important not only for the other pillar, but also for what this whole video is about, which is raising private capital or doing real estate using none of your own money. So as you can imagine, if you're Joe Schmo and you want to get into real estate and you go to people and say, hey, I'm Joe Schmo and I don't have a real estate deal yet and I don't even have a real estate business or brand, but I want you to fund my next deal, it's going to be quite difficult for you to obtain that funding because A, they don't trust you, and B, they don't even know what they're giving you money for. But even before you get to asking for money, even when it comes to finding a deal, if you say, hey, I'm Joe Schmo and I want to buy your house, they're going to be like, who the hell are you and why should I sell you my house? So building a brand actually kills both of these birds with one stone. So cool, now that you have your brand built, logo, color scheme, website, a brand name, your LLC formed, social media pages, now it's time for you to obviously get that brand out to the right people. But no, when I say the right people, I'm not talking about the people that are going to be giving you money. I'm talking about the people who are going to be giving you the opportunity that is then going to attract the money. And you guessed it, that opportunity is actually finding a deal, actually having a property. There's so many real estate deals for sale right now that you can go buy, but there's a certain price that you need to get that deal for that makes it extremely easy for you to buy that deal using none of your own money. 100% financing real estate is just one of many creative strategies that I'll maybe explain in other videos, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be breaking down how you can literally use, I'm not talking about subject to, I'm not talking about seller financing, and I'm not talking about wholesaling. This video is to show you literally how you use other people's actual money and hard-earned dollars to buy real estate deals. And in order to do that, you have to find cheap real estate, meaning if this is the market value, you need to be buying real estate way down here. Now, I have plenty of other videos breaking down how you find real estate deals for cheap that way, but let me just break down in this video the numbers that are necessary to make sense for someone who's going to be funding your deals. So when you're doing real estate deals using other people's money, all the other people care about is how much money are they going to make. So there's two structures that you can obtain funding for in all of these real estate deals. My two favorite ways of paying people who are giving me money to do a real estate deal is in the form of interest or in the form of equity. My actually three favorite ways of paying people who give me money for real estate deals is in the form of interest, equity, or profits. Profits is self-explanatory. Essentially, any money that the deal makes, I'm going to split some of that with the person giving me the money. Equity is very similar, except equity is actually going to be the ownership or the amount of shares in the deal that they're going to be entitled to if they fund that deal. And interest, everyone knows what interest is. It's basically what percentage you're going to be paying them on the money that they give you to fund that real estate deal. So these people who you're going to be paying for funding your deal, all they care about is not only how much they're going to be paid, but also how you're going to pay them. So as you can imagine, these real estate deals need to be, like I said earlier, fat, juicy real estate deals. These deals need to have a ton of equity, a ton of potential profits, a ton of rental cash flow. Whatever the value is, it needs to be a lot of it so that you can leverage that value and show it to people who are looking to invest in real estate just like you, but maybe don't have the time or don't want to do the work to do it themselves. They will partner with you or fund your deal. In exchange, they get to make money with you. Whether this is a single family home, a multi-family home, or a skyscraper or a high rise like the one I'm sitting in, this is how people are funding real estate deals using none of their own money or using other people's money. All you need to do is build your brand and then become an expert at finding fat, juicy deals and then evaluating them in a way that shows how it benefits the person or people you'll be getting the money from. So in conclusion, let's wrap it up with an example. Let's just say I'm buying a real estate deal for $200,000 purchase price. And I know that this real estate deal is going to be worth $400,000 when I'm all done fixing it up. And I know that it's going to cost me $100,000 to fix up the property. That means my all-in cost is going to be $300,000, but I know that I'm going to be able to sell it or that this property is going to be worth $400,000 when I'm all done, which leaves me $100,000 in profit, which leaves me $100,000 in profit. If I wanted to get someone to give me the $300,000 in order to do that real estate transaction, I would simply offer them either a percentage of the $100,000, a percentage of the overall equity or ownership in that deal, even for the future if we decided to keep it and not sell it, or I simply would obtain a loan from them for $300,000, which is all of the money I need in exchange for a certain amount of interest. So let's just say they gave me a loan for $300,000. I said, I'm going to give you 10%. They're going to get $30,000 and I still walk away with $70,000. I'm telling you guys right now that if you can show up with these kinds of opportunities and I lay them out for people with money to understand, you will never have a problem getting a real estate deal funded. This basic math or basic understanding is how people all across the country, even newbies like you, are doing real estate deals using none of their own money, completely 100% financed. Now, obviously this is a high level video just showing the high level steps that are necessary, like building a brand, finding real estate deals, understanding how to evaluate them, and most importantly, understanding how to regurgitate them to people who may not understand real estate in the way that you do, but they know they have money and they want to invest in real estate. But there's obviously much more details that you need to know and able to actually execute deals like this. If you want a more detailed breakdown of how to build your brand, how exactly you find real estate deals so damn cheap, and how you even find these people who have money and what language to speak to them to make sure they fund your deals every single time. If you want these details, simply click the link in the description below where you can apply for my partner program where I walk clients through each of these steps and guarantee that they close a deal in 90 days or less. All you have to do is click the link, apply to our partner program, and if you're qualified, you can book a call directly with me where I'll break down this exact process and how we get you from never having done a deal before to closing a real estate deal using none of your own money. Closing real estate deals is simple. All you need is a framework and a system to get you there. Click that link below and I'll see you on our partner assessment call. Peace. What's up, guys? Thanks again for watching. Once again, I'm Art Morrison III. And if you liked this video, if you enjoyed, or if this was informative or helped you reach your goal in any way, I highly recommend that you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a very informative YouTube channel where I'm constantly posting value content to help someone who has never closed a real estate before, at the very least, take the first step. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.